Hello, everyone. Welcome, 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 welcome. Welcome to our stream. Does everybody want to say hi, introduce themselves, who are here?
Hi, I'm Austin.
Hi, I'm Webby.
Hello, Clarice. This is
Hello, Clarice.
Goose.
Uh-huh. And last but not least,
Meep.
nice. Okay. So, how's everybody going and doing? How's everybody doing? We are, as we said, and for the people that are here, I know you know, but nonetheless, we are going to sit down and watch our first ever episode of our first ever Minecraft series. We're not doing this because we want to torture ourselves. It's more about the fact that we wanted to chat about it. Depending on how long it takes, because the video itself is only 15 minutes, we might have some other things we can watch and or do. And if you have questions, please go ahead and ask at any time. We will answer them as we have the opportunity to do that. So, first of all, I guess before we actually get the video started, how about we talk about how we got to this point in the first place? When was that? Beginning of 2015, Austin and I can't remember who else was involved in this discussion initially, talked about doing a Minecraft series because we were both loving watching the Ogscast at the time and had watched their Minecraft series. So we did a lot of stuff with them and quite enjoyed. Well, we didn't do anything with them, but we enjoyed watching their series and kind of how fun they were. And so we chatted about wanting to do something like that. And I think that's how it all began, unless somebody can clarify anything else. That's I think how this conversation got started.
That's what I remember.
Yeah. And then we were like, yeah, let's do a YouTube channel. It won't take too long or be difficult. Thank you, Webby.
For what?
For the bits. It just came through.
Do it for you. I'm number one now, John.
That's good. I'm glad. So
Number one.
So you guys can cut in at any moment, by the way. Don't wait. You know, you want to interrupt, go ahead. So with that, we sat down and kind of sketched out the series, kind of what we wanted, who we wanted in it. At that point, we had a idea for kind of a building program with it, and kind of wrote out an overview of what was going to happen in it. And we ended up with a bunch of people involved, which was super fun, and a bunch of people who did all the building. And those of us that participated in the actual video were not really involved in any of the building, kind of. We did a little bit, I think, in the end, but for the most part, we weren't involved in too much of it. And I have to give credit to my wife, Barb, who did a lot of the building in that for that first series, which was awkward, difficult, and very unusual for us because none of us knew what we were doing. So
I'd never even played Minecraft really.
Like, yeah.
I might have played like once or twice before.
Yeah, we played a lot of console Minecraft before that, but I hadn't played lots of PC Minecraft before that. I mean, it did a little bit, but not much. And I think that was more or less just the introduction to it, and we did it without any actual mods at the time. Yeah. So this was all just 1.8. We didn't have any fancy stuff. So
I'm warming up.
Maybe you missed those days.
Thank you for the follow.
I don't know what you're talking about, John. We had some fancy redstone.
Oh yeah, that's right.
You'll see in the video.
That's right. And fancy plans. Fancy plans. All right, so.
Now, John, refresh my memory. This video is the one where you guys are making your way towards the big mountain tower thing, right?
Yep.
So this is the one where I just sat there and griefed everybody the whole time.
Yes,
Invisible.
that's right. Yeah, this is when that's what you and Goose did the whole time. You were basically our cameraman, Goose was our Tamara cameraman because Tamara's computer could not record anything. Right. Because it was way too weak for that. So we never had her perspective. And until series 3, I want to say. Yeah, and you can tell how podunk our equipment is as soon as you hear the microphones, because I as I said on stream the other day, Tamara sounds like she's 12.
Yep.
And the rest of us sound interesting too, but yeah, it's real bad. It's real bad. So anyway, everybody, thank you for the follows. Thank you for stuff. If we don't answer everybody, we will try to. If there's actual questions you want to ask, go ahead. And shall we get started?
Sure.
All right, so everybody hit play, and I'll count her down in 3, 2, 1. Play.
Mark's back.
Oh, yeah, I should mention that Goose edited this series, and I think he did the first 45 episodes or something. Oh, I gotta turn this down. This is super loud. Hang on.
Yeah.
What I want to know, John, is are we ever going to do this Mystery Science Theater-esque thing
Oh my gosh, that was a crack.
with the moon race?
I mean, we could at some point. I'm a little...
Currently in the nether.
Yikes.
And we're just
Yeah,
trying
I
to
don't
get
know.
out with no
It
armor.
could
I
be
don't know what y'all
interesting.
talking about.
It's great.
I was fine that whole.
All right, come on, guys.
Yeah, I wasn't stressed out at all.
Do you know what
John's
do?
never stressed out.
No. So, go ahead, Goose.
Yeah, if you kill
So
one
a good
whole
fact
time-
when trying to put 3 videos together
Okay,
and
look,
having someone called Austin recording in a different FPS than everybody else,
Mhm.
when you are lining things up on Mark,
looks like we
it
need to,
ends up getting
put
out
it
of sequence
Yes,
sooner
yes,
or
it
later.
did.
Go
It
first.
did. Yep, you're right. I remember that too.
Ooh.
And this was so chaotic. So we were supposed to be. We gone through. The idea was we went through a portal into the Nether and got lost. And then the idea was we were supposed to come out in a new portal. Of course, we built all this without
And then
realizing
we had
that.
that zombie pigman in the way.
Yeah, that the pigmen were going to become suddenly an issue. The best part of this is it gets worse. It doesn't get better after this.
Okay, all right, go, Austin, go.
It depends on what you mean by worse, John. It was
Well-
definitely entertaining after.
Oh
that.
yeah, oh yeah. I mean, it's fun to watch now. That whole session was actually pretty fun, to be fair. But I was sweating by the end of it. I remember that.
I'm dying.
Right away.
Austin. I so love that. It's just like the magma cube wrecks everybody on their way up.
And then we respawned. We didn't even get to
No,
do the real.
no, you didn't get back into it again because you respawned back where we started. So yeah, this was a brilliant beginning, needless to say.
Oh, wow.
The funny thing is, we're not even hiding the fact that you guys have respawned back at the beginning either.
Okay,
That's what I
let's go
love.
up here and see what you guys are getting
We
into.
didn't. We had no idea what we
Okay, this
we
looks
were
like
doing
fun.
at all.
No,
Oh,
so
whoops.
I think I built this with.
John, you could have taken a minecart. Oh,
Okay.
now we're outside.
Yeah,
Give me a
now we're
second.
outside. That's a cut for you.
That was entertaining.
Yes, that's a fancy cut.
Mhm.
And then me and Austin
yeah.
couldn't break blocks.
We couldn't get
Could not
these
break
trees.
blocks.
Yeah, so
Oh,
the
okay.
reason.
No, it wasn't
Ow,
Austin.
ow,
It was
ow.
me and here. There it is.
Yeah, it was Austin. Yeah, it's because they
Yeah.
weren't opt and we were at spawn,
Reappear and we can't get it.
and I
Um,
at this point did
I don't
not
know, I got
know
some
that
dirt.
was a thing,
Here, have some dirt.
and so everybody who wasn't opt couldn't break anything.
There you go.
Meanwhile, I could, so I
Oh,
come
yes.
through and I'm like, "What's the big
I'm
deal?
right
I can
behind
do."
you, I'm right behind you.
What
Yeah,
the
and you can
is
tell
with
who's
my
off
skin?
because
Why
you'll
do I
see
look
who
so
goes
freaking
into what when I
It's not
change
reappearing
modes.
for me.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
What the hell? Now it's working.
Oh, you can see it if you're off.
Jonathan's doing that. Look at this.
Yeah.
I'm the
So like
magic man.
previously, we saw on John's screens like, oh
You just
yes,
achieved something.
Goose has
I got it.
changed
Oh, wait.
something. So
Uh huh.
I don't get it.
Yeah. This is so
Why can
funny.
you not break blocks?
My
It was
favorite
just
part of
doing
this
that
whole
for-
thing is
for me
going up
too,
and
I
breaking
don't
the
know.
tree
can't break
beside
dirt.
Tamara
Not
as she's
working.
trying to break the tree,
Weird. Is it cracking?
and then I acted like she did it.
Just comes back and I can pick it up.
Oh yeah, 'cause I'm like, look, I can't chop it. I can't
That's
chop
really
it.
weird.
Oh, it
There you go.
worked.
Oh, wait, well, I can't have everybody chopping all my stuff for me. That's rather pointless.
Oh my god, I'm so tinny.
I don't
Mhm.
know.
Yeah, she sounds like a
doing it
little
again,
girl.
Mine's not doing it at all, so I'm not quite sure what's going on, guys.
Yeah, this is like I said, this is early days Minecraft. First time on a server that we controlled and
hang on,
not
let's do
realizing quite what
All
happens.
right, so I think the first
I
thing we
like
should
that my
probably do is
solution
build
is
a
let me just
crafting
try to break this
table.
block
Oops.
again. Let me just try to break this block again.
Who's doing that?
Instead of walking away from spawn, and
Yeah.
it actually worked fine. It's just so funny to sort of watch this and realize how different everything is.
Get away
these
from
days.
Jonathan. I think he's like the
I like the
culprit.
fact that I'm being
Oh,
called
really?
Jonathan through this whole
I
thing.
wasn't
at the
here when
moment.
you guys started having that
Mhm.
problem, though.
Yeah.
Welcome
I'm
back,
getting in
Kat.
now again.
Oh my god.
Yeah, see, I can't chop and I can't put down
Well,
anything.
Why can't you put it down?
I can't put it
Newbies.
down, I can't chop.
Yep.
Like, I can't
Yep.
gather anything. Look at this.
I
See,
love
just
the
come
fact that
back.
I'm chopping things with an arrow.
Maybe there's only.
That's Austin.
Oh, is that Austin? Oh, okay. Yeah, I didn't
What's
look at
going
the
on here?
name.
You can tell by the fancy artistic names in the top
Name-
left
yeah.
The
corner.
text, yeah.
Put it
Yeah,
down. Put
that's
it
true.
down. I'll kill you.
Tried
Oh, there goes
lodging out and
Goose.
lodging
Oh,
back
and
in.
logging back
Yep.
in.
Oh,
Yeah,
is this
right.
where I do the cool thing with the plant? I tried to break down one of these plants and it looks.
Hello.
Amazing.
Doing it again.
Oh, that's when we had to start logging out.
Okay, coming back.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I guess I have to make a crafting.
This is, well, that's when we thought that would fix it, and of course it never did.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
So
That-
it was a
that's
complete
the whole
another
problem.
waste of
Thank
time.
you, unknown soldier who said that.
And I still can't chop, though.
Trying to be
Yeah, mine's
discreet
finished,
about
too.
the fact that we were getting instructions from Goose.
What?
It wasn't working.
Oh, okay.
What?
That actually looks kind of cool, but it's
Oh yeah, the
Uh-huh.
spray.
me chopping
Here.
up these leaves.
Try that, Tamara.
That looks cool.
What does? Where are you?
Where it's glitched.
When we chop the bush, it's like.
Austin, you sound so funny too.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Anyways.
Weird.
So
Try
different.
this. Try this. Hey, turn around.
What?
Pick it up.
Pick what up?
He threw it in the corner and he was like, pick it up. Don't you see
Right
it?
now.
Yeah, what are you talking about? Nope. Still couldn't chop anything.
Why you gotta be so rude?
Tamara, try to chop this tree. See if it works.
That one works.
Austin sounds like
Okay, don't
like one
chop
of the
that tree then.
chipmunks. Like,
Yeah, I know, right?
There's
The thing is,
solution.
he
There's
says
the
he's using
solution.
the same mic. I'm not sure I believe him.
I'm not using that mic anymore anyway,
Which
but
tree
Oh,
was
okay.
that? Was this one?
I was using an iPhone mic when I started,
Yeah, the one you just chopped.
and I was using an iPhone
It's
mic
chopping,
again.
no problem at all.
They're different
Okay,
mics. It was
sure.
newer.
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
It's computers and me. You know what happens with computers and me.
I don't know what you're talking about. Oh, that's
Never.
all I can get to chop that down. Yeah,
I never hear this conversation
Okay.
at all.
So,
Still to this day.
what are we trying to do here? Because it's gonna be.
Oh, here's when I
nighttime.
mess up.
Dig a hole.
Really?
Dig a hole,
I'm gonna dig a hole. You guys are so lame. Oh my
Look at
God.
me. Speaking of lame.
Come on.
Oh, this is Austin. This is
That's
Austin. Again.
Austin.
Yeah. Right.
I
This is
don't
what
know
you
how
meant
to make
by.
axes.
I can't figure this
Oh
out.
yeah,
Yeah.
'cause he was trying to use
Okay, so an axe is
the blocks
basically.
instead of making.
So
Yeah,
you
he
get
was
two
using
sticks
logs
on
instead
one.
of planks.
Then
Yeah.
Then you put
Yeah.
the 3 blocks.
And I
in
was
sort
getting
of,
really confused because
one
I
to the right.
did my
left,
usual,
so
I
you
don't
got 2
understand
on the
this.
left and then 1 above the wood, the sticks.
Not doing it for me.
yeah, all right.
Okay.
I
Awesome.
wanted to make
Three
sure
sticks.
everyone
Okay.
saw this.
Uh-huh.
2 sticks.
It's so clever.
One piece of wood up top.
Yep.
1 piece of wood to the left.
Yep.
He's still
piece of
just
wood
using
below the
logs.
Yeah.
And I keep putting it in the same pattern. Like, no, it didn't work.
And at no point did you just
Why?
try a log to see what would happen.
Oh,
That's the funny part.
Maybe you need to realize.
And I'm confused because I can't see your
Alright.
viewpoint.
We're doing well so far. This is working brilliantly.
I
got
will
it.
get
And
some
again, he
stone
left.
for a furnace.
Okay. You do
I was
that.
like, okay, maybe this is why.
Yeah. And then I just give up and
Yeah,
start
I
throwing
just left
tools
him
at
with
y'all.
presents. I didn't just pick them up again. Oh, I picked up
So,
the pickaxe again.
This area wasn't really well done up
Okay, that's
compared to other areas that go
You
later
back
in the
in? Where are you?
series, but the idea
I didn't
here
either.
is
Austin.
that the
Yeah.
the portal
Yeah.
gets destroyed when we fall through it. That was the original concept,
Okay.
and then we were stuck, and the
There.
portals were never
You should've
supposed to
picked
work
up
until the end
a
of
pickaxe
that
and,
session of videos,
Oh,
which
I
were
did.
supposed to be like
I wanna try to
10
make
videos
one,
at a
though.
So
time.
make one.
We had so
Oh,
little.
okay. Never
We
mind.
really
I'm
did not know
stupid.
what we were
You
doing.
guys,
So
No.
none of it worked.
the portal's
No.
broken.
And this whole time, I was just flying around above you guys, invisible, just
I
watching
don't
and
know. Have a
listening.
look.
Mhm.
But, well, I can tell you why. But
Well, here's the
There's-
question I
there's
have. At this
no,
point, Webby, how
city
much
in the top
Minecraft did you
anymore.
actually play? I can't even remember.
I
Don't
I
know.
actually used to play
Mind it.
Minecraft a lot, but it was all
Mind
just
it, yeah.
vanilla
With a
Minecraft.
wooden
Like I never
pickaxe that
played
you
with
just
mods
barely
until I
got.
started
Yeah,
playing
that
with you
works.
guys, because
Right.
I never really understood how to
Install or
Uh,
use
install them and
There's
stuff.
Yeah.
coal in them there hills.
Fair enough.
So
To be
my
fair, we
question
still
is how we
struggle
get
with that
back.
at times,
We have to go back.
as does
I
everybody.
guess we gotta make an obsidian.
Well, I don't know about you, but I had a
Gotta
place
make an
back in the other
obsidian.
place.
Did you?
Yeah.
I didn't.
Ah, yes, this is when
yeah,
we're trying to
yeah.
role play.
How?
And failing utterly.
Yeah, pretty
in
much.
our other world.
The other
And
one.
now I
That's
have
what the portal's for. Okay.
I have nothing.
So
That's what the portal's for. Okay. I'm like, I
I
have
a
no
wooden
idea what's going
pickaxe
on.
and wooden stupid axe and a tree limb and a piece of dirt. That's my entire life savings at the moment.
uh,
And then you
I
throw
got
the dirt
diamonds,
out.
I tell you.
Way
Yeah.
to go.
yeah, the
It's one
important
of the
things
few
gone.
things you own, and you throw it out.
I know,
Here
right?
they are. Speaking of that.
He's gonna wish he had that
Let's
dirt
make us
later
some
on.
gold, kid.
Yeah, well, there's a lot of things I'm gonna wish I had later on. That's for darn sure.
I think it was at this point, like, because
Oh,
I knew that my job was to essentially just kind of give you guys a hard time in
Mhm.
certain areas.
Yep.
And I think it was
I have
like
no
right
food
here,
at the moment.
me
This
and
is gonna be
Goose were kind of
problematic.
talking, and he was essentially just telling me, hey,
right, you do-
just
oh, you
wait
have a
until
sword
they
now.
start building a
I
place,
also
then you
have a
can grief
sword.
them a little bit.
also
But
have
like,
a
because I
sword.
wanted to just send in
So
like
I
a
need to
creeper
get
army
stone.
right here. Like, I want to be
Nice.
like, okay, you guys
True.
have a wooden shovel here. Deal with this.
I like this. This is the Tamara cam. It's basically Goose following her along.
And losing track of me more than a few times.
Well, you kept
Yeah,
turning
because I
around.
wasn't.
Well, I was
Yeah, and
chasing
I wasn't
animals.
going
I was
inside of him.
getting his food. I was trying to be useful.
There we go. Good. We're off to a good start. Alright.
I have a stone pickaxe. The world is my oyster.
10 minutes
Now
in,
watch
we
as the
just-
sun goes
Oh, no.
down.
Uh-huh. Yeah, this is where everything, of course, goes to crap.
Yep.
Okay.
Tamara killed the
based
first
on
monster, and
that,
they
I think we
all
need to
come
build
at
something.
us.
Uh-huh.
Well, I was chasing cows and I didn't realize it was getting dark, and then I was like, oh crap. Oh crap.
I found lots of kale.
Apparently you're the hunter-gatherer, huh?
I got some zombie brain.
Ah.
So when did we notice it was getting dark?
Hmm.
I found
When it was dark, we were like, oh.
Pretty much, yeah.
Come here, little piggy.
Aye.
Chicken.
You got wood or stone?
I see that phrase
Me?
Yeah, you.
remains in your
Just
lexicon.
Just steal.
What?
Hey, little piggy.
Oh.
Thanks,
Gotta
Austin. That's,
sneak.
that's really helpful. Just FYI and all that.
The other thing about this series is that
I saw you
Austin's
use the
skin
wood.
would
They got like
change for
57
every
blocks.
recording session. So he started off with
3
this
hours.
And then it went green, and then it
Very
went
scary here in a second.
something else, and then he lost all his clothes at one point, and all he had was
Ah, crap.
little
Hold on.
USA underwear, and it's
I
so
don't know.
weird.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
You're gonna have to figure that out, madam.
This is where I got lost, and I couldn't find my way back to where you guys were.
Yeah, we didn't. I don't even think we
Wow,
knew
take
F3
some inventory
at this
to find
point,
where
like
you-
F5 or any
No.
of that. Like I think we were totally confused
Alright.
as to how to get back to each other. We were so clever at this game.
You guys were, yeah. I think I ended
What
up
kind of
figuring it out
building is
later on.
this? It's
I
not square at all.
I think it's just random.
No wonder I said creepers to blow your shit up.
I mean, it gets worse. It
I
gets
was trying
worse.
to help.
There goes Tamara. I
Tamara,
just saw
by
her
the
run
way.
past.
Here, you have all this wood. Take it. I don't want it.
Oh yeah, and then you make a door, so I'm like, hey, hey.
Sorry, I was not
Yeah, and then
thinking
you
of
put
that.
was it you or
I was
Austin that
thinking
put the
keep
piece
monsters
of
out,
wood
not keep
down?
people in.
What is this space?
Cat,
I know,
that's
Cat.
my question too,
Take it away.
Cat.
Yeah.
Don't worry, I
Yeah,
fixed
I'm
that
gonna
problem
flip
real
it.
quick.
You have that.
I got 2 swords, man.
So that was you that did
I
that.
don't need a
I
wooden
see.
one, I've got tons of other ones.
Oh goodness.
Builds the exciting door. There you go. You can have that back.
John, you have no idea. When I was flying around invisible, my whole inventory was just spawn
Why do I
eggs
have it again?
Oh,
of
dear.
various things.
Nice.
Oh
Whoa,
god.
hey, boy.
Oh, there they come.
Get him! Get him! Get him! Get him! Get him!
I like how I'm just standing there with
I'd
the
like-
door, puzzling what to
Yeah,
do.
you do that.
Like, how do I has door?
Yeah, I know, right? It's
Built
like-
this base, and you like
There you
made
go.
it so that this
Alright,
anything could just
now-
come down the hill and drop
Well,
in.
you
Build
say
up
that.
wall at all.
You say that, but
Don't
if I
worry.
remember correctly, there was a nice little step that somebody built
I'm
to get
trying to
on
get
there
him.
Yeah.
eventually.
Yeah,
What's this?
you'll see it. Don't worry. I made sure I had that in the edit.
Why am I
Usually
doing
this
it with a
is
sword?
And
And
then
now
you
a
stop.
pickaxe.
And again.
And then a pickaxe.
Oh, I'm just-
Oh, it's me.
Uh-huh.
And it wouldn't break. I blamed John again. I was like, we're too close to John.
Yeah, try that.
It's just we're at spawn. Oh my gosh, that is a bad build. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh, right, and then
Yep.
dig straight
Yep.
down.
Minecraft 101. You do not dig straight down.
Oh yeah,
At this
that's
point-
right. Because
Okay, well, now
I
we
did
And
that.
John fell down the hole.
I guess I should have.
Where's the stairs?
Superior would not be my terminology for this.
Where's the stairs?
Hey,
And
this
we're
wasn't
both
my
stuck.
fault.
And my
I'm the one
favorite
who
part
fell
of this
into
is now I can't move without hitting him.
Where are you guys?
in a big well of a hole that.
You're gonna dig out.
And I couldn't find you guys. That was
Yeah,
the funny
no,
thing. I'm like,
come
where'd
on,
you
man.
go? Where is everybody?
I was building it.
Where are you? Can I find you?
Where are you?
Really? Hello?
And then, of course, I dug the wrong way,
Yeah,
so the
no,
chest
I
is
said
right
I
in
said I
the
was
way.
gonna dig down. He said dig down.
Yeah, not
That's
straight.
it.
That's a cardinal rule now.
Trying to justify it.
Yeah.
Zombies coming, boys.
Oh
I'm
dear.
trying. Unfortunately, somebody got me stuck in the ground.
Jonathan, you should hurry. Because
You should
John,
hurry.
your digging out is driving my OCD insane.
Really hope that-
What is that?
I don't know.
What do you
Right
call
behind you,
that?
I don't know. Something or other.
Ow, I just got hit.
I saved you.
Did you hit me again?
Not playing it.
Oh yeah, see all those? Oh yes. Oh yes.
Took our torch out in the process.
Ah,
I think I was just pissed off with your
Kill him.
method of digging out of that hole.
I'm the goddamn
Oh dear.
ah, come on. Okay, this is ridiculous. We need to
coming.
close
The funny
door.
thing is, I didn't realize you were spawning them in,
Ah,
so I just thought they were naturally appearing. I'm like, man, this is really a lot. Then
Guys, get in the hole.
and
with
then
me.
did.
Get in the hole, yeah, then I
Oh, fuck.
So I want to watch the button episode.
Oh, God.
Oh, the buttons.
Yeah. I just need to figure out where it is. It's this one, I think. Oh,
Yeah, we
it's-
were such
okay, it's-
bad noobs, Cat.
Okay.
Oh my god, it was so
yeah,
bad.
yeah, we were not good. It gets worse. There's a creeper that gets in and destroys our entire base at one point, which I find really quite interesting. Needless to say, I think it's this episode. I'm just gonna double check.
The buttons. Get off the buttons. Get off the buttons.
Yeah, this is it. This is it. Okay, so it's episode 5.
Episode 5.
Tower time?
Yep, tower time.
Same thing. Are we pausing at the 3?
This hurt. Yes, please. This hurts to watch. I know it's insufferable to me, and I'm one of the people responsible for it. So there you go. All right, ready?
Yep.
Go.
Not even a countdown, John.
Oh, do you want me to do a countdown? I can rewind.
No, it's too late now.
Okay. Well, rewind. We'll pause because I did actually pause it. All right, ready?
Yep, yeah.
Oh,
Wait,
fine.
what?
All right. Rewind.
Rewind.
Stop.
Rewind.
Rewind.
Sorry, I screwed up because I
John.
didn't do the usual. Okay, this is a big thing with us. I have to do 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. Play.
Mark.
Mark.
Hamill.
Hamill.
Jeez. That also is typical. Here we go. So here's episode 5. So at this point, we had a bunch of chaotic things happen where I think
This is after you guys went through like
Yeah,
the
this
little
guy's-
town,
oh,
right?
that's-
Oh,
Yeah,
you guys
this
are
is
in-
after
you
where-
guys are
They're,
in
they're
the
still
little
in the town, Webby.
Yeah.
The
alright.
good part is still coming.
Yeah.
Guy,
So this
get
town
on.
was built by a bunch of people,
Where are these
and
zombies? I can't
it was really well done. They actually
Must
put
be in a house somewhere.
stands with heads
Yeah,
on
it's
them to
not
kind of make them look
armor,
like
it's just-
people. And then their
Yeah.
little
Yeah, it's-
names were
it's
beside
armor.
them.
That was just not very good.
Yeah, I actually
It's-
spent a
it's,
lot of time on this server
I think it's
helping
called,
build all this stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Mainly
so
the traps.
Yeah,
Are you
so did
kidding?
Barb.
Oh no.
Barb did a lot on this too, and
She's not.
Sabrina
That's
did, and I'm trying to think who else. Fraser, I think, was involved too at that
You took
point.
death the last.
Chris,
Why you kill
Chris,
and
yeah.
Owen.
Austin's
Oh,
just
no,
going
I
around
ain't-
murdering townsfolk.
What's
Hey,
that?
look, this guy's
one where I did
steel.
the maze.
No, stop killing
No,
them
no.
all. Oh
Well,
my God.
eventually.
I'm gonna put all the armor
not this
away.
one.
Fuck you.
Fair
Oh, I
enough.
got that. Hey, I got the boots. It's not steel, it's iron, but yeah. Anyway.
Mm-mm-mm. It's not steel, it's iron.
Oh well, that's probably better than this.
So you
leather,
can
yeah?
see we actually have
Yeah,
stuff now.
basically.
We still don't know what we're
So
doing.
as soon
We
as
have
Steve
Yeah,
stuff.
is
that
back, we
doesn't
should probably
last.
make a run towards the
Well, most of
castle.
it we
Going on
acquired
I don't
here,
know
so
about
there's that too. What you don't see unless you
Seems
watch
a little
the whole
dodgy.
series is the fact that we got split up at one point and all sorts of chaos came about.
This
Because-
And God had to lead them back together.
I still don't
Yes,
have a
that's
helmet,
true.
though. How come
And
you got
I
a
got
helmet?
stuck outside in the rain
Found it.
for a night.
Oh.
That was
Goose,
super
this
fun.
is this the one where when they go to leave the town, they immediately walk into one of my
It's a very
traps,
nice mask.
like that I put
Let
right
me
out
take
on
a
the hill.
look.
Why,
Nope.
thank you.
I
There's a
see
skeleton.
a skeleton
I-
behind the house.
The one on the hill they might trigger, but
Holy crap! There's a
here it is.
Did you-
Yes,
was
yes,
this your responsibility, Webby?
Yes, it is.
That creeper? No, I don't think so.
Yay! No, he blew himself
No,
up.
because remember that you guys kind of got him stuck inside of that.
Oh, right, 'cause of the
Yeah.
webbing. Yeah, fair enough.
Have fun with that. All right, guys, where are you?
I like how we're still reposting the
In town
perspectives. You
center.
won't see everybody's
Waiting for y'all to
perspective.
show up.
I'm coming.
Shall we go visit the wizard's
You can
castle?
see we,
'Cause I don't know about you, but
changed
I wanna
our,
go to this place.
Let's do it.
Our name qualities.
The wonderful wizard of
after
Oz,
the first
because,
one.
Because.
Mostly
Oh,
because I
shit.
realized you couldn't see
Oh
anything.
shit!
What?
Off to a good start. I fell into
Okay, I
the
think
hole.
I'm watching the wrong
Just
episode.
straight ahead of you.
What are you watching?
I'm behind.
Oh,
Episode
I thought I
5,
was watching
Power
this
Yes,
Time.
you are.
I was going the wrong way.
Oh, I see what I did. Hang on. Yeah, I'm watching the
Um,
wrong one.
Okay.
I thought I had
like
the right one.
hill.
And there it is, Webby. And
Yep, there's my first
Whoa.
trap.
Well, I'm glad I stopped.
So we're at
It
two,
was a creeper.
3
What the hell
Just,
is he
minutes.
doing
just
out
over
here?
3
I
minutes.
don't know.
Place for creepers.
Okay.
Yeah.
hang on.
Oh, they thought it was a creeper?
Oh, I see.
Oh.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah, we
It's
thought it was
smiling
creeper.
at me.
Oh,
Oh.
wow.
Oh yeah, there's the
It's
tower.
smiling at us. Right
Uh,
ahead.
So I helped build
there's
this
a valley
tower,
between us and it. Hang on, let's go
and
back
I
to-
helped
Big
stock it with
hole. I
stuff.
see iron down
That was
I do too, but
in
if we're going
in
to a wizard's
retrospect,
castle, do
some
we have
of this
time to
was
get
a
iron?
mistake. Not gonna
I
lie.
put the angry smiley face on it.
Mm-hmm.
Follow me. If you go around the edge like this.
Where are you?
I'm still up top of the hill.
Oh yeah, okay.
Jumpy.
Jumpy. She still
Okay,
does that,
where
by the way.
exactly?
Over there.
I think I'm still a little
He's
far
up
behind.
there.
Where are you guys at?
We are at
342.
342. Just
Yes,
turned
he is.
343.
Counting.
I don't know.
Look up.
No,
Saw
okay,
him a
so
bit
I'm
ago.
a little
Oh, there you
ahead.
are. Okay. There we go. If we come over here, it's safer.
Whereabouts are you, Tamara?
I'm
guess what?
at
I'm in front of you now.
416.
Across the river.
Okay,
Alright.
so you're in front
If
of
you
us.
want to pause, I'll tell you when we get to
Ow.
416.
Oh, I probably
Now I need to
Okay.
get by.
should probably kill this pig. Jeez.
Oh, I see the staircase. This way.
I have no idea where that pumpkin pie came from. That must have been in one of the chests.
Tra-la-la, follow me.
Yes, it came out of one of the chests. Watch you take it out of it.
412, 413, 414,
Ooh,
415,
there's a squiddy.
416.
There.
I found it. I found it
Alright.
here. Stairs
Yeah, boots.
and a bridge. Over this way.
Yeah,
Ah,
You guys-
yes.
It's guarded
You
by
guys
a
have-
rabbit.
Now I helped
found
build
it.
this
No.
trap, and I
Just
didn't
let that
want to be the
rabbit
one
go.
that went, and you'll see my
Yes,
hesitation coming soon.
There's coal in there.
Oh,
Alright.
why is there no? That's
Oh.
There's buttons
Oh.
all the way across.
Oh, you
I was
poor
like, yeah, that's
saps.
not good, there's buttons.
Austin
Yeah.
just sprinted across
I'm over
all
here.
no
of it.
bridge.
Mm-hmm.
Just,
Hi.
How did you get over there?
Yeah, Goose showed me that you can put buttons on top of TNT, and that was the end of that.
There we go.
Oh, but wait, there's more.
He
Yeah.
needs that
there is.
dirt right now.
I'm eating. Don't mind me.
Yeah,
Yeah, all the
Oh,
oops
shit,
is
there's
us
a trap.
Webby and I
Oh,
talking
yes.
in,
Oh,
in
jeez.
Skype.
Yes,
Oh,
that's
fuck.
why it blew up. There was a trap. That's what I'm trying to tell you. It's the process was going.
I was so
Give it out
happy.
some shit.
I
Oh
was
my
so
God.
happy. The chaos.
I am.
Yeah, that's a little
They're
scary,
just
by the way.
walking in right now.
I
Yeah,
know.
we're not even actually
you are.
at
Just
the
jump.
tower.
No, I just jumped and it landed in the water. I'm coming. There.
I didn't know all the
Come on,
traps. I
let's
knew
go
most of the
figure
ones,
out,
but yeah, the
you know,
Skype
in case
noises,
things
those
go
two
bad.
talking. So you hear that beep
I'm
in the
sure a lot of
background.
those messages were just me going LOL,
Where did
LOL.
that go?
probably.
Wow. Did you
Yeah.
cause that?
Uh-huh.
Well, let's call it cause it like
Come on.
let's not put blame
It's-
on people.
I like
Let's-
that.
let's
Put
say-
blame
Wait,
on
anyway.
people.
Oh, Austin. We
I'm
gotta
gonna
get
get
there.
hit.
Oh, yes.
Be
And
careful.
yes.
Oh, yes.
Oh God.
This
Oh,
is
yes.
where
So-
I give Austin such
So
crap.
I built this, so I knew this was coming. And you will
Going
see
up,
my
don't look
hesitation in
down.
about 2
What
seconds.
does that mean?
Because I'm like letting them
try
go
it.
first.
I'll be the guinea pig. I don't care.
Go ahead then, Austin.
There's gold blocks. What are we gonna do?
I think I'm smart.
Why are you
Yep.
going
I'm
up
gonna
that
go
way, Austin?
outside.
Just in case there was.
Actually,
a
it was
TV
annoying
away.
me because it was actually keeping you off of it.
Oh wait, don't look down.
Yeah, lava. Oh, okay, those are buttons. Get off the buttons. Get off the buttons.
Right in the lava.
Those are buttons.
You
Get
don't,
off
you don't
the
see
buttons.
my
Get off the
perspective in this,
jerk.
but my perspective, I start to walk up the stairs, realize what's happening, and by default turned around, and then went, no, I probably should die because I shouldn't know this is coming, so I walked into it.
And then you immediately hear the Skype bloop with me going LOL again.
And thus we start like 2 or 3 episode long arc of them getting their stuff back.
Yeah, and failing miserably.
Oh. Yeah,
On the buttons again.
it took us forever
Look how
just to get into
snazzy
the
I
dang
look.
tower.
Look at me.
I don't care. I
Snazzy.
with my stashed armor.
I'm digging up wood in this.
The funny
village
part in
now
all this
because,
is, too,
well,
is we had
I
so
have
much
nothing.
stuff in our inventory that if we'd
Hey.
have just left
Come
behind,
on, guys.
we would have had it when we died.
I have no weapons. I have nothing.
But I was just as clueless as everybody else, and I'm the one doing it. Yeah, Austin, that flint will help.
Clint.
Well.
You.
What?
You.
Mhm.
I'll take the blame for that one. That one was.
I actually don't know if it was Austin that pushed that button or
Let's go
Tamara.
chop a house down.
Watching it back now.
Guys, I don't know if you understand how bad this hurt me.
No,
too.
because
had
I
a
was
name
chopping
tag.
through the gate, and
Oh,
Austin hit the
wow.
buttons from the
Really?
side.
Oh, right.
Oh,
Okay.
a sword.
Oh, sword.
Is that busted up wooden one?
No, it's steel. Stone.
Yeah, it's probably a busted up stone when I stuck in there.
Yeah. We should have went in
Man,
there
we
better
tried.
prepared, yeah. You think?
I find it funny that Austin's viewpoint has a different, a different font than mine does.
Well,
And there's
Mr.
that.
Hey, don't step on the buttons. What buttons? Jumpy, jumpy, jumpy.
I was trying to get off.
Buttons, jumpy,
and I
jumpy,
stepped
jumpy.
on more.
I love that.
Oh, I was so mad.
What kind of wizard uses bombs anyway? You know.
Yeah, what kind of wizard
Listen.
uses bombs?
Yeah.
The best kind of
Next time we
wizard.
go there, what are we not going to do?
Step on.
Oh dear, oh dear.
Hopefully.
Actually,
Austin, you're chopping wood with a sword.
Yeah.
Right here.
He
Right.
is, indeed.
Ugh.
Awful. Let's hope.
Yes,
Better than my hands.
One with doors that's
We
actually
need
Not
That's
torches.
what I
on the
said.
sword, it's not, but you know.
I found a torch. There's torches on the outside of the buildings. Just chop them down.
That's because I put them.
The funny part of it is, I think the very
And
first
guess
thing
what
I
it's
did when we
doing?
got in the Nether is we tried to
Well,
put
if we go
beds
all the way
down,
back to the base that Austin and I
and
set up,
they blew up.
we have
obviously.
everything we
I
need there.
have no idea where that is, and
I
how
can
far
find
are
it.
we gonna be walking?
Well,
I'll go with.
Because I was
Oh,
sitting there going, well, we can sleep in the Nether, and
No, I
that'll
would
set
wait
our
till
spawn
morning.
point. Ha ha.
Oh, okay. There's a wooden sword. And
Oh, the snowball is from Jack.
No,
No, you got-
not
that
yet.
wasn't that part
That's,
yet.
No,
that's
this is way before
that's another
Jack.
series
Yeah.
before this or after
Yeah.
this.
As it were.
The funny thing is so for those of you that don't know this, everybody on the
there
call
we go.
does.
One,
We actually
hey,
did
almost
another
checked out
series
again.
where
There we
it
go.
was all based in an
There
aqua
we go.
environment.
All right, now I'm ready. I'm ready
but
to rock. I look like
My
Rambo.
video corrupted early
There you
because of the water,
I'm in the one building.
and then
We don't have
and
any. Yeah,
then
we don't have
Austin's
even have any.
didn't have his video
mighty
work
I am.
either. So
Glitches.
yeah, that was
I
fun.
have
So that
3
got
torches.
completely trashed
So,
because we
we're
didn't
just gonna
have
wait until
Rob for
daylight,
that one.
and
We
we'll
only
go back to our
had
other
Webby, and
base.
Webby couldn't
And
do
restock.
videos at the time.
Sigh.
Oh, right. I completely forgot about that.
Oh, there's a whole bunch of armor in here.
So
Was
we've
that
done
the
all this-
desert one too, or
You're
no?
welcome.
No, that
me.
was just
Yeah,
the
That armor for you
that was
guys.
just
I
the
don't
one
know.
in
know.
the aqua environment, I think.
Oh.
No, the snow when we were in the box, he was there too.
There's also
Yeah, no. But I mean, as far
We
as
can also
that
do
one
that.
without
That's what-
Goose, I
Oh,
don't-
the one we lost.
We can also
Yeah.
do it.
Oh, not together, no. Make it daylight.
and the problem was for my camera,
More beds. And
Fraps
all my wool,
just
I did
hated
have a-
trying to
there's
video the
another
water,
base.
Grab
and
string.
it just crashed.
yeah, there's lots of string.
Because
Look,
any
who's the
Hey
best?
guys, I found a button.
who's the best?
That's really useful.
Because we were using Fraps at the time, and it was a big resource
Sorting
hog,
mine.
and my poor laptop couldn't handle
I'm
it.
sorting it out. Hee hee.
Hee hee.
I forgot how
Sarcasm.
big of a bird and spider webs were at the beginning.
Who left the door open?
Yeah.
They
No, I
still kind of are now. They're just
Yeah.
you know how to get rid of them now.
just let all the zombies
I want to say I feel like I got angry that you guys were spending so much more time in this town, so I started invading this town with monsters to try to run you out. But I don't remember if I actually did.
So we can go back to the tower. And then, yeah, it just...
Well, I knew how hard this was going to be, so I was like, I want armor. So...
All right.
Yeah.
But we didn't go mining, which was kind of dumb.
That means nothing to me.
Yeah.
The funny part was, I don't think it's
So get
in this
inside.
video,
Somebody
but
else is
I ended
inside.
up finding they had a bunch of
Nah, I don't
stuff
wanna be inside.
below ground that they had built up. All the build team had built up, so there was like diamonds and stuff.
And 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 6 roll. Thank you very much. Who's the man? I'm the man.
Why did you do that? Like, it did nothing.
But do you have
I have
wood?
no idea.
I do. Let's see. I have enough. I
Ah,
have
damn
enough.
it, Austin.
Oh
One.
dear,
2,
goodness. So yeah, the build team had put all these diamonds and
But, you know,
things,
all my food got
and I
dropped
tried
in lava.
picking them with a stone
There's a bed.
pickaxe and broke them all
There's a
in total
bed.
confusion.
Drop the bed. There's a bed.
Yeah, that's all underneath
Yeah,
the
there's
well.
2 beds.
Yeah. It was really cool
sleep
too
in
because
this
they had
bed
like a
in the
little
back.
burial thing and they
Oh,
put all their
thanks.
names on it and everything. So it's kind of fun.
I dropped the bed.
But I don't know if
Need
we
to
ever
knock
see
these
it, to be
down a
honest.
little
I
bit.
don't remember.
We go down there.
It might be in
Yeah, you
episode
guys do
7.
go down there.
Down.
I'm in
I
bed.
remember that.
I'm in bed. Yay! We can sleep through the night.
So now do we leave and
Turn around, Austin.
Yep.
Austin, go
No, you have
right.
to wait for it to actually.
Yeah,
go
this
right.
is when he's trying to tell you where to go.
Which it does.
And it's like, your other right, or more
Right.
right, yeah. Ah, yes, this is, I think, the end of the video. Yep.
It is.
Doo-doo.
So much lava.
Yep. I love that tower. It's so much fun. It was not fun to try and get up, but it was fun to make.
Yes.
All right. Do we want to watch the last episode or the second last episode of this grouping?
What's the last episode of this one?
The
I
last
think it's
episode,
12.
it was Rage
Yeah,
Day.
12.
I remember that. Yeah. Yeah, getting to the top. So we can either do that one or we could do Rage Day or Watch Your Step. Either one is pretty good.
Cat, he said, no, yay, now we can all sleep through
Oh,
the night.
John, if you want to look at the diamond things, it's in episode 7.
Okay. I mean, we can. I don't
Right
know.
at the it's right at the beginning. That's all.
Oh, okay. So we can show it off. I mean, it's good for the build
Yeah.
team anyway, so let's do that. So I'm just going to show this off. If you guys want to come along, that's fine. You don't have to, though. And then we'll just find an
Which
actual...
episode?
7. Yes, you did. No, no, not in the nether. Sleep in the night. Yes, that's right. Tamara was right there.
Here, I'm gonna put some defensive.
Head on.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, there it is.
Where?
I'm the. Oh, there it is. Okay.
You're the
got it.
creeper. You're the creeper. Nobody likes you.
Yes.
By the way,
Yeah, I got him.
good job. Okay, come here, Austin. Come here.
I wonder how deep this well
There's
is.
a skeleton.
Oh, yeah, this is it.
Austin.
What? There's a skeleton.
There's no skeleton.
Yeah, so you
Okay.
see all those
There's
diamonds?
skeletons in there.
John, you know where the water came from in your little hole?
That
It
I
was from the well.
accidentally break, I think, an
Ah,
entire
okay.
row of them.
Because I just went down the well.
Because I
to
was
check if it
using a
went, and I saw your
stone
name right
pickaxe.
beside
I
me.
was getting
Here, look,
confused as to why it
Austin.
wasn't working.
I seen it.
I mean, my gosh. We need
Yeah,
iron.
and he
It was
takes out
Yeah, hang on a
all of
second.
the
So
diamonds.
bad.
Find iron?
So
I thought I
bad.
had another pickaxe. Oh, no, they're both dead. Okay. I need to go make some pickaxes.
So it's pretty cool. So I think this is where we basically
Wow,
built our
your
mine in
tunnel's
the end.
deep, but there's no iron. Why
I
not?
know, it's so frustrating.
I think by this point...
Well, maybe you need
Oh,
to go
no,
out
no, we
and
hadn't.
down.
We hadn't figured it out yet.
That's
Hey,
true.
there's chicken. Got
So,
him!
okay.
Yeah, this
Ah,
entire
I got that
episode is
chicken
also
you're
in the
on.
village.
Tell me when it's
Yeah.
daylight, 'cause I want to go
Yeah.
out. 'Cause, you
Well,
know,
I mean,
we'll
it was
a
a
lot of
2-hour
time.
recording, right?
Well,
That we
I
split
don't
into
know.
15-minute episodes. It did, a lot of stuff happened in a very short amount of time. But a lot of
I
sticking
do all
around
this
in one spot
hunter-gathering and
happens a
somebody
lot, too,
blows it up.
to be
Somebody
fair.
blows everything up. It's drive me crazy.
Oh, there we
Oh,
go.
shit, I don't have any sticks left.
I think we should watch Rage Day.
Yeah,
That
I
just
think we
sounds
should.
that sounds like it might have been fun.
It does. So let's put on Rage Day. We'll start from the beginning because I wanted to show you guys that. So there you go.
Episode 10.
Episode 10. I will hit pause as soon as I see the number. There we go.
Same.
We're at pause at 3. Let me know when you're all there.
Okay.
I'm there.
I'm good.
Okay, 3, 2, 1, play. All right, so this is Rage Day. which I think was the point where we were kind of getting a little frustrated. I'm just gonna say. I've watched these back since then, since the original edits, but it's been a while. So I don't really remember some of it. Yeah, so we tried to go up the tower and things did not work right. Hey, Rainbow, welcome.
I just remember at one point I had messaged Goose. I was like, Goose, should I let up on them? And he just responded with Webby. ... And I was like,
Why am I welcome?
Well,
Yeah, because we were also getting close to the end of the recording time.
Get out here.
Yeah.
What?
Well,
Get
and in
over
the
here.
end, I think I
All
finally
the obsidian
gave
I
up.
made disappeared. I got
And
rid
we
of
started-
lava and it
oh
came
yeah,
out.
I think I kept leaving you signs all over the town, like saying you're pissing me off.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
This way.
I can't remember if this is when we started trying to build
So
around.
And all my stuff is right here. This is where I fell. Well, some of my
And
stuff
Diamond.
is right here.
Okay, so we've obviously died again before this episode
It was all here.
because I
Where
can
did all my
hear
stuff go?
Tamara complaining.
Was this where I accidentally opened the hole in the ceiling and dropped like
Oh,
a ton of zombies
I
on
think the
us?
wizard's fucking with
I-
us.
There
Very
was
much
one
so.
whole
Everything
floor
has
that
been
was
opened up
Yeah.
the
packed with
fucking
zombies.
floor. So
Well,
now
it's
they're
because I put a
everywhere.
bunch of spawners
Right.
for a bunch of mobs all the way
Yes.
up.
Yeah.
Where'd my stuff
Yes,
go?
Rainbow, this is the mic that makes me sound like
Down
I'm 12.
here.
So
It's
that's
Yeah.
that
gone.
tinny little
It's right
voice
where you
is
were.
me.
That's where my stuff should have been.
Where's my stuff?
Austin's
Look
not
out,
even
look out
in
there
there.
behind you.
I know.
No.
I'm running away. Oh my god! Oh
Him
my
and
god!
his mushroom.
Oh my god! Zombies everywhere! Oh god! 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 Oh god!
I think
That was close.
that was because Austin was running
That was
back from the house because he died already.
Hey,
Died,
die.
Ah,
Hey, where am I being shot from?
I'm gonna die here, guys. Help! 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 I'm
Man,
surrounded.
common
I'm
rule of
surrounded.
D&D, never split the party.
Uh-huh. Well, I just like the fact that I'm still hearing
oh,
these
shit.
comments even to this day. I can't find my stuff.
This
Where's
plan
my stuff?
failed. This plan
I'm
failed.
gonna die!
Help, help, help. It's like,
I'm going to
Our
find my
stuff is gone. Our stuff is just gone. It's not there anymore.
Alright, I see stuff.
Yeah, probably
I like how
because I
they're
just
trying to
dropped
climb
it.
the ladder. I'm like, what?
Actually, this might be before I opened the
Ow,
ceiling
ow,
and made
ow.
it worse.
Ow, ew, you jerk.
This
you
might
son
be,
of a
yeah.
bitch.
I
they
think
got
this
me.
is where Austin and I get trapped, and you're
Trapped.
basically making it bad.
Oh no.
Okay, my
No.
one very, very bad one.
You're beating them with a piece of coal.
That's all I had.
Way back.
I didn't have a sword. Oh dear.
Oh, Austin to the rescue.
Yep. Again.
I don't like
Kind
this
of.
anymore.
This is just nasty.
My bed's
I
still
think we
gone.
should maybe not go back there until we're a lot better prepared. Like a lot better
Like
prepared.
we had diamond swords, we had diamond armor. I don't know how much more prepared we could get.
Oh right, this is the level with the zombies.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a bunch of
And you don't hear the zombie
Oh,
noises
fuck,
right now
what?
because once again, remember how I said Austin recorded in a different
Did you find
Uh-huh.
our stuff?
version?
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
stuff. Nah.
Well, and we didn't
So we
do.
didn't use his
Yours I
audio at
picked
all.
up before I
Yeah.
died.
All the diamond stuff.
Yeah, it was all my audio.
Like, that's not fair.
Which
Austin's just like trying to sprint through
I was
it.
almost
Yeah.
back to where I
Yeah.
died, and then freaking zombie nightmare came and hit me.
Stupid thing is, I was where I died. My stuff wasn't there. Just
Why
a
did
few
I
That was
back
where I
Okay,
died.
yeah,
Right,
yeah.
back
See,
where we all
that's
were.
the floor I'd
Yeah,
opened up.
okay.
Is right here,
Good
I believe.
idea, and it wasn't.
Austin, you're doing good.
I'm
Yeah.
almost there.
Until he gets to the room.
Until he gets to the spawner.
Spawners, yes!
I don't think you knew what it was.
Kill them.
Uh,
Hey,
Sure.
you might have shot.
If we could just get up there.
I just got up there.
I overloaded this thing so
Kill us
bad.
on.
You totally still don't play my
Yes, you
Dead.
did, Sean.
Pickaxe. Here's the thing. You need a pickaxe to kill spawners. Or you need torches.
Shush, B.
Or
That's not
something.
true.
I be-
Uh,
I mean, can't you
Yeah,
also
he
put down
actually has a
torches to make
sword
them
this time.
stop spawning?
Yeah.
Oh, freak, they're all over the place. Oh my
I
god.
know.
I think I was
Coming.
trying to get to where my
Yeah,
stuff
well, I'm not
was,
even-
which was
All
a
I've
huge
got
error in
is
judgment,
arrow to
really.
kill them with.
Yeah, I wasn't gonna let you
Inside.
do
I'm not
stuff.
even inside. They're killing me.
Well, I'm
No,
at like
we ended up
a heart and a
like
half.
clearing the floor
Yeah, that's
for you
bad.
guys.
Yeah.
And I didn't know you all were spawning stuff in.
No,
Honestly, I
that's
thought
fair.
it was just.
We weren't at this
Time
point.
to-
No,
that
it was
that was
yeah,
all those spawners for the most part.
yeah.
So
it
I
was
was
the
like, maybe I
spawners I
can
built.
Yeah,
I was
me
like,
at this point,
"See
me
ya,
and Goose
sucker." Oh,
felt
I
bad.
died.
Yeah. We were like, well, maybe we should help them a little bit.
Yeah, I think there's a point where I finally messaged Goose and said, we might need help to get out of here.
Run away.
There's where you cheated.
So there's the opt part that I was talking about.
Oh, yeah.
Really, John?
That's partially my fault.
Oh, that's right, because you hit me on my last half art and took me out. When I've been trying to take out that stupid skeleton.
Well, I got an idea, guys. Gather some materials. What the hell is that thing?
I have an
Oh,
idea.
yeah.
Gather
No, I
some
remember. I remember this.
Mhm.
You were gonna try to nerd pull cheat your way over my tower. Hell with
I
you.
got absolutely nothing. I don't even have, like, I have some
Oh, that's right. Yeah,
torches,
we built a round
Yeah.
eventually, I think.
Swimming in lava, by the way, not a good
I
idea.
wouldn't
just
let you.
gonna say.
Well, we did try. I remember us trying.
Yeah.
Oh man, I forgot all about this.
Yeah, John saw a piece of redstone. He's like, "What is that? I know not this sorcery." And I'm like, "Oh yeah, that's my controller for switching things on the tower."
Some stone swords for you guys.
Yeah, if you could bring up some dirt too, that might be useful.
Okay.
She needed the
I
dirt.
don't want to go.
Well,
through
yeah,
that
because we were going to try and tower around,
Mirage.
Yeah.
blah again.
Pulled
nerd
around.
pull
Yeah,
around,
making
basically.
pickaxes.
Oh my god.
Because that was really
I
hard.
can't see
And I died
this.
a lot.
B, we do not play like this anymore.
I know, I said
What?
that.
In all fairness, B, I still play like this because all I did was play with lava this whole episode, essentially.
This is true.
So,
So what's
And
in
you
this
were
chest
also
there?
in creative mode the whole time, so you were fine.
More zombie brains.
Yeah.
A tripwire.
to be fair, I would have been
And,
fine if I wasn't in creative
for
mode.
settling for
Oh.
some strange reason.
I see.
Wait, you need dirt?
Austin's being killed again.
Mm.
Because we're out at
That's
night.
fine.
Or was that
and
your
we
fault?
need more
It's
torches.
so dark.
For the birch saplings in this.
Oh, yeah, I
He was
guess
trying to
I'll
get
see
dirt
if I
for
can
you,
do that.
John.
Yeah. It was
You
all
guys
very
find
silly
any
at
of
this
the stuff I
stage.
dropped?
Nope. Yeah, I found the stuff you dropped from the skeleton, but then I got killed the time before that. So
Well, I meant other stuff, but yeah.
yeah, no.
Okay.
Long gone. Long gone.
That's annoying.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay,
Change it.
I am on my way back with
No!
Well,
Hey, it doesn't work.
Oh, the tower.
And this is where the rage starts.
all my. I had water flasks.
Fine,
Get rid of the lab
fine. I will just grab a swack of dirt.
that got lost.
Damn it. That zombie came down from behind. I didn't even see him, and he knocked me all the way off. Dirt.
The
I can't
sympathy.
even figure out how to do that.
Okay, you know what? I'm not gonna even try and get to you guys until it's light.
Well, right now I'm nowhere near you guys. I'm back at the first spawn point again.
Oh, well, I'm gonna go in the house and wait here
Okay, I'm gonna
because
dig,
there's creepers and stuff.
I'm gonna dig dirt and eventually come your way.
Nice.
Go
Go
ahead,
ahead,
roll
roll it down.
I'm back at the thing, but
I was trying to, like, I
Back
got
at
up to
the
that main
chain
floor,
gang.
and I was trying to, like, if we could build, like, a dirt staircase or something, we could go out the side of it. And then avoid all this nonsense.
Yes, this
At
is
this
where this
point,
whole
Wow, your
story
voice
came
sounds
from.
I think
so
it
weird
might be the
right there,
wise
John.
idea.
Yeah, I
Oh, hey,
know.
there's our
It's the
base that can
snowball.
steal
It
stuff
was
out of
not
there.
a good mic. I have
I
to
kind
admit.
of vaguely remember this too, Austin.
Yeah, I'm back at our base. I'm gonna make myself some tools.
I think you ended up. Didn't you build like a dirt bridge across?
Yeah, I tried.
Oh, great. There's a freaking
I
skeleton.
can't even figure out how to get up because I can't break stone.
Oh, I think we lost our stuff. Stupid creeper bullet.
Oh dear. This was something.
I have no idea what a nerd pole is either.
Oh yeah, that's right. What you
Well,
think
we
you
went in
know
with
because we've been
diamond
watching
armor.
Let's
Yikes
just keep jumping when there's a
failed.
block
I tried.
above you.
Maybe I do know. Oh, maybe I do know what a nerd pole is. I don't know. Why didn't I do it sooner?
I don't know.
No.
Ah, yes, this is
There
the
were
bridge
many
across
things that we
from
should have
there.
done that we didn't.
Again. Because, wow.
That
We're
is
doing
so
well.
high up. I didn't realize
There we go.
the damage.
There we go.
The damage
I'm
this
back.
I'm
causes.
in your head. Alright. God, that's annoying.
You know, you build these
Alright,
things and you think,
Lido?
oh yeah, this will
No.
be easy enough.
It's blackout.
2 hours later, we
I've
were
got
still
lots
trying to
of-
get up it.
I've got dirt. I've got. Do you want a stone sword?
Yeah, probably.
There you go. Here's a pickaxe.
Well, it didn't help
Here's
me.
a
I
shovel.
had no clue what we were doing.
Oh, the
So,
doors.
I mean,
A
like,
cooked rabbit.
I think this was like what
Yay.
the second
rabbit.
time I played
There's
on a
the shovel
PC Minecraft.
Shovel.
Well, we did
There you
initially start the server as kind of a test play
Oh,
for a
God.
month or
I
so.
don't think I got on there at all.
Yeah, I don't
until we started
remember.
recording.
I don't remember. I remember doing a building on there and
Um,
having like a horse and
At
things,
this
but
point,
yeah, we
I
didn't do
have no
much.
idea.
Yeah.
I have 5.
Yeah,
It was
I
mostly
didn't know how to build
learning.
anything
I got
because
torches.
I was used to playing on the Xbox.
I don't
So
know
I'm
which
like,
one's
what's
better,
the
so...
recipe? What's
I will
the
give you a helmet
recipe?
then.
How
I
do I
will
make
just exactly
this
know.
straight?
Oh, wait,
I
it's
didn't
not
know
letting me
any
do
of
that.
that.
Why?
Right.
I don't know. It's not letting me make armor out of rabbit hide.
Oh, because you have to put it in the oven, I think.
Oh, that's different.
Yeah, there's
Oh,
me not
yeah,
knowing what I'm talking about either.
Or
Yeah,
you need, no,
yeah.
you need more to make
Nope.
leather. You need more
Oh.
hide to make leather.
Oh, okay.
That's the problem.
There you go. There's
Yeah,
the
You're
goose
yeah.
answer.
upsetting me.
Oh, I see. Okay.
How do you
No
not fall off the
signs.
side? Like, what do you hold?
It's light out.
What do you hold?
Alright.
You go shift.
Yeah.
Shift. I think.
Okay,
Yeah.
good boy.
Yeah, you have to hold
I wasn't
down.
sure if I remembered.
Which is really annoying. Because I always let loose just enough to fall.
Oh, that's not it.
You have to hold it down.
Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. That was quite funny to
Oh.
watch. Oh my goodness.
And you were doing it wrong.
Then you were doing it wrong.
Oh, do you want a stone sword, Austin? Where are you?
Back at
It's
this.
probably back at the base now.
Oh, okay.
Back at base. Back at base. No trouble.
Over here, Austin. I've got a shovel and a sword for you. And a pickaxe. Alright, here you go. There's a sword, shovel,
Okay.
and a pickaxe.
Mom was sorting us
Oh,
out.
and here's a pork chop. You only get one since you keep losing them. Use it wisely. Don't get three left.
Oh goodness.
Back to the castle.
Stacks of dirt.
Apparently, I pulled out my
trying to-
mom voice for a
Yeah,
minute.
you
there.
totally did.
It's now day.
If you go around to this side, there's like
Oh
you can
goodness.
see. You remember that gap? Like before you go up to the long, like where all the zombies are. There's like that gap, and you can see outside and see down.
Yeah.
I can show you where that is on the outside. And there's like a mountain that's
Show
already.
you where that is, like that's a fucking feet. I could show you where that is. Yeah. Yeah. You know,
Just to look up when it started. No, I just want to go home, man. Just wanna
Oh
go home.
goodness.
Yo, guys, I
Oh,
can show you
God.
this thing that you can see from the outside of the tower.
No, it's
No.
amazing.
I know exactly where it's at.
And there's a sign on it.
What does it say?
I don't know. I'm in the river. I can just see a sign on it. I gotta go check it out. Don't
Okay.
step on buttons.
Oh
Okay.
right, this is how we built a cross. We just rebuilt the bridge.
Buttons.
Says. Those
Oh,
who are
right.
grateful
Yeah,
will
this
be
is what-
rewarded.
Grateful will be
It's-
rewarded.
Oh wow!
Yeah,
okay,
felt
okay,
bad.
cool. Got some gear.
Oh, no way.
You're gonna come here now.
Yes, I'm up there. Where are you?
Leggings. I'm there.
Yes, you're in the way.
I can't move because Austin's in the way. There we go.
Because of course
You're
that
right.
totally stops me.
Oh, iron.
Eh,
Nice.
yes,
Yeah, hang on
that
a
was a
second.
Webby creation, by the way. The face.
Doink, doink, doink.
Yay.
Dink.
I don't think me and Goose felt, bad
Oh,
at all
that's
giving
good.
you guys stuff anyway, because we figure you're just gonna fall in lava and die again.
I know,
anyway.
right? Like,
That's true.
absolutely.
I gotta put my armor
Look at the
on.
tower now. Look at all the
Better
lava.
armor than
Yeah.
I have.
First thing I did, man. Oh,
Oh, but wait,
dear.
there'll be more.
man, oh man, this is just crazy sauce.
Okay.
Crazy.
All these
sauce.
torches. Who put these there?
Oh
Yeah,
dear.
at this point, I just want to go and get to the top of this thing. Here, come this way, guys.
And of course, I
This
This is
completely
the
ignored
thing I was talking
Austin.
about.
Well, don't, because just don't.
Oh, hey, wait a second, wait a second. Let's go
Oh, like
this
Austin,
way.
your idea's dumb. Let's not do that.
You don't have to.
Right,
Just go there.
It's the
No, no,
fastest
no,
way
no, no.
back
Wait, I see
in,
what you mean.
but
I see a chest. I see a chest.
Yeah, I think we should go that way.
And then John realizes, oh, that's a better
The
way.
gods are looking down on us. They finished my bridge.
Trumpy, 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 trumpy. Oh yeah, look at that access point.
Huh.
You're welcome.
You're welcome.
You're welcome.
What's in there?
Chicken.
So take some.
Oh, the whole having to help because we're so bad.
Where's that?
It's a skeleton in that gap.
Hang on. 1 second.
I
Get
like how
behind
we're
some cover.
defeated by a skeleton.
Has an arrow.
I have a bow. Yes, I do, and I have 2 arrows.
And my crouch is control.
This isn't even
my
like
shift is run.
1.9. This is 1.8.
None.
So
Yep.
So yours
that
got
skeleton
run.
even
You can run.
hardcore.
full control.
Really?
Yep.
That's good to know.
Your bridge is not finished. Oh yeah, it is finished.
John, please, you're hurting me. Oh,
Oh crap! Oh crap! Oh crap!
Oh.
There is creatures
Oh,
here.
no.
Look out!
John.
You're about to fall off, Jonathan.
Yeah, I know.
hey. Yep.
Oh, crap. I did fall off, and I'm dead again.
I'm like, yep, I know.
Don't fall.
I'm just gonna stand here and watch you guys.
Oh, dear.
Sit here and watch you guys. Oh my god.
I think at this point I was exasperated and I was
Quite
just
done?
venting to Goose about how much I had to do to get you guys to progress.
Yes, yes.
Wait. Don't move.
I can believe it.
Move the chest.
I'm gonna be
Jump
honest.
on top of it.
Yeah, we haven't even tried to tag around the tower
Should
yet
I need-
because I don't see any sort
Are
of
we still
layer
being
of
shot at
that
from over
quite yet.
Probably.
I can hear arrows. Where are they? Oh, they're coming from somewhere.
Austin,
Yeah.
just gonna say that was a bad idea.
Make this slightly less
Yeah.
dangerous.
Yeah.
But he made it in.
He did, yeah.
He made it
He survived, barely. Oh, dear.
Oh my gosh.
So, if y'all want to watch the rest of those, be more than welcome to do that. You can find them on YouTube at youtube.com/distractions media productions. That's just the beginning, and there's so much more to come in that series because we did at one point we did the what's the name of that one mini game that we had such trouble with.
Race for the Wool.
No. The Race for the Wool series is on there too, but no, the
Hold
one
on, John.
where we had to do the dropper.
John,
Yeah. Yes, sir.
can we do me a big favor?
Okay.
Go to episode 11, which is the next episode,
Okay.
and go about 4 minutes in.
All right.
I'm at 4:10 and I'm paused, but this is the part I really want everybody to see because you guys started to just nerd pull your way up and around this tower.
Uh-huh.
Are we?
Okay, so all right, I'm at 402 right now.
All right,
So
just let me know when you hit 4. let me know when you hit 410.
Okay.
That
Pause.
editing, though.
Yeah, that editing. Okay, so now we're at 402 right now. So I'm going to start from here. You can see that we are nerd pulling with the dirt. Basically, we got sick of trying. I started to realize it was getting too hard. And so we started to nerd pull around to try and quickly speed this up. So here we go.
Yeah, it was. You totally screwed him over.
I didn't want to be on the outside anymore. Oh, zombies everywhere.
I was having none of it.
Hey, where did I get hit from?
Oh, yeah, right here.
Oh gosh.
I hear.
And then I fell before it even hit me, so I never even noticed. That's the funny part of the whole thing. Is I fell completely on my own.
No.
So I had no idea you'd done that at all. And you can hear my exasperation.
Alright, enough of this shit.
Yeah, and then when you get to like 5 something, it shows all of the lava over the way that you had built.
And you switched
I
to
cheated,
creative.
yeah. I think it's because I was like, enough of this, I'm going to at least
I
get
don't
my
know.
stuff back.
Where's Austin?
There I am defending myself on a high point from all the zombies.
Uh-huh. With
Oh
your
my
one
God,
torch.
So many zombies.
And a baby zombie. Just to make it even more fun. Bye-bye. How did you not die from that?
I do eventually.
Oh, I'm sure. You're running away.
Yeah, because I fell off my high point. And then, oh yeah, then there's a spider. And I'm just running. I'm just running.
Okay.
Till I heal.
I know. Oh yeah, that's right. Like, wall myself in and just hide.
I think I'm surrounded.
Yes, you are.
Okay.
It sure sounds like it.
Oh my gosh, you totally screwed us over,
I
Tamara.
think I'm surrounded. Yes.
Oh
I
my
like how I
God.
blamed you. Oh no.
So when you blew the hole, it blew lava all down our freaking walkway. There's no way to cheat through.
I
Cut our
forgot
bridge
you
off
blamed
as well.
me.
Yeah, me too.
I was just sitting there defending myself.
Well, because none of
I
us
don't know
knew
what
what
to do
Webby had
now.
done, and I didn't see it happen.
That was
Otherwise, I
the
would
way in.
have realized.
It's
Oh
gone.
my god.
Taking this fight.
Yeah, I'm just a little surrounded in my little hole.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I think that's...
Oh, dearie me.
I had enough.
That is so funny. All right, I'm going to pause that there.
Oh my god.
That's so funny.
Somebody...
So this is kind of what we had to deal with. It was so fun.
Moral of the story, everybody: let me on your Minecraft servers and give me creative mode.
Yeah, because it
I'll make
always
things
goes
more
well.
interesting.
You definitely will. So, yeah, that was the thing. So again, this first series was the first time we'd ever done any of this, including the video editing aspect of it. So that was very much a learning curve. Goose did, I think, the first 45, maybe even the first 50 episodes with the editing. And then I took over and I got the joy of Austin's audio sync issues.
No, I think because did you do video in any of yours, John? Do you remember editing that?
No, you did those. So all that stuff with the video and video, that was you doing that, I believe.
I might have done all of these.
Well, you
that
did.
are in this,
I think
season
you did,
1.
Yeah, I think you did all of season 1. Then I did all of season 2 and 3.
Yeah,
is how it worked
'cause
out.
I eventually got better at doing this.
Yeah.
To a degree.
Yep.
Yeah, you did that one where it looks like the spider's point of view or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
You remember that one?
Yeah, and we also had the one where we were trying to do that. I cannot remember the name of it. It was that one particular game mode, Diversity 2, I think is what it was called. And we ended up with those stupid parkour that led to Tamara saying a very naughty word that I actually made her
Oh
to
yeah.
cut.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we had to cut that one
Yes.
because we were so angry. That is one to watch. If you want to see us really angry, that's the one to watch because all I do is swear through the entire thing.
Which one?
45.
Yeah,
The
45.
last
All the
7
parkour
episodes are all
stuff.
in there.
Yeah. And then in the end, it's funny too because as you watch that, so we had Rob and Webby in that one as characters. And if it wasn't for them, we never would have finished anything. Because you watch that and they almost do everything. We just kind of sit there, blah, blah, blah. Oh, goodness. Because I think you guys both did the parkour till I got frustrated and quit. And then you guys were the ones who actually killed the big bad at the end too of that one. But yeah, that was so funny. So
Yeah, we're awesome.
yeah,
I know.
Yeah.
We had played for quite a bit before then.
Yeah. Well, by then we were starting to get a bit more experience. I hadn't learned basics, though. I still didn't know how to do parkour. I didn't understand how you jumped from stuff and not fall off, so I was awful at it. And then
You're still awful at parkour.
well, I'm learning more now. I've been watching other people. And what else? Yeah, so I mean, we did this. The first 96 videos on the list are actually all from our first recording sessions. We started doing that in, I think the end of January was the first series, this first one that we've just watched some of. So we did that in a 2-hour recording session. By the end of it, I was sweating. I was so stressed out. And then we did the second one in February, and that's when I realized my computer was never going to be able to do mods. So we had to wait until till I got my new computer to actually do that recording. and then we started to slowly add mods here and there, some of which successfully, some of which not so successfully. And
when
then,
did we do the moon race one?
So that was Mooncraft. That's the second season. Which is basically just it was just the later half of this. I came to the conclusion that because we did so much of that, I wanted to have it as its own season rather than having it as part of this one long thing. So that's why we called it Mooncraft.
Gotcha.
And that one was interesting. In retrospect, I said some things that I wished I hadn't. Things like, hey, you should grief us a bit. Don't let us off too easily.
Yeah. See,
I took
Chet.
no part in that.
Oh yeah, no, Goose legit spent 99% of the time actually just trying to advance this spaceship, while I spent most of the time taking
99% of his time. Yes.
Trying to sabotage you.
And making me hyper angry in the process, as it turned out, IRL.
Yeah. Okay, listen, for the listeners in the chat, okay? One thing that got real twisted, okay? I was semi-proud of, just because of the sheer...
You're breaking up, Webby. Can you try it again?
You're breaking up, John. All right.
Somebody's robo. It's not me.
Oh, it's Webby. He's breaking up for me.
Oh, everybody's breaking up for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody's breaking
Am
up
I still
now.
robotic?
No, you're not now.
Okay.
Okay, try again.
You were, I want to say, climbing a ladder to some sky base that you guys had going.
Yeah, that was the one.
Background.
Yeah,
Yeah, they had their base on a slime island in the sky.
Right. And I was all the way back at Tower Base.
Yep.
You were just this tiny little blip crawling up this ladder. And I pulled up a bow and arrow. I took one shot and I missed, but that helped me gauge where you were. And then I successfully hit you, knocked you off the ladder, you fell and died. And then you tried again and again and again, and I just kept knocking you off this ladder.
Oh, how I remember.
You got so mad.
Well, and the thing is, what I didn't know at the time, which also is something to pay attention to in this whole mess, is that I didn't realize that Webby wasn't the only one shooting at me at that point. And so I started to blame him for stuff which was nothing to do with him. So at one point he hits me, knocks me off, and then there's skeletons around us that start to shoot at me as well. And I keep thinking it's him when he's not actually doing it. And I realized it on video editing about 3 months later and went, oops. But at that point I was so irritated, I just blamed him for it all. And at the time where you died, because this is 1.7.10, because we went back because of the mod capabilities, and they had these gravestones, but the gravestones would spawn in skeletons. And so every time I died, I'd end up in the forest, because for some reason, I can't remember what happened, but our beds weren't, I think we'd been moving them. And so I kept going back to...
We're mysteriously destroyed.
Oh, right, that's right. And so I ended up back at spawn trying to get away, and I kept getting spawn camped by all these mobs, and I was just getting killed over and over and over again. And then when everybody tried to help me out, they get killed over and over. Oh, it was so bad.
And
then
somebody, I don't know who it was. Somebody dug down right.
Yeah, that was me. That was me. I was trying to get away from the mobs, so I started to dig down, and then everybody ended up in the hole, and we couldn't get out. And we kept hitting each other, and then the mobs would fall in. It was not bad. Good. Yeah, that was probably the worst. And by the end of the last session, I was just furious. And I remember afterwards thinking, because we did Race for the Wool after that recording session, and I remember thinking, I think Goose might be mad at me through the whole thing, because we were so frustrated at that point. And it's just so... That was just crazy. So if you watch those episodes, you'll hear some of that for sure. You may not hear it completely, but I am really proud of all of those. I think they were a lot of fun. They're goofy. Mm-hmm. They're hilarious to watch when it's not you. And I think
they're hilarious to watch when it's not going on.
Well, yeah, exactly. Like I can watch it now and be just fine.
Yeah.
But at the time, it was like,
And then I came back to my base and I was like, Goose, I got some resources for you. And he's like, where'd you get a smelter? It's like, nah, I was just digging.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yep. So
Actually, I
yeah,
remember you guys getting mad because John lit the forest on fire.
that was
got
Webby
sick
that
people
got mad
coming in
about
on the
that.
trees.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I kept using the treetops for travel.
Yeah, and that's
that's
why
why
I
you
burned
burned
them. Yeah. Well, and then the other one is that the other issue which happened, which I was absolutely furious about at the time, is that Webby came up and broke one of the machines that I'd spent ages building, and then claimed he never did it. And then I saw it on video, and I was just, it brought back all of my irritation at that point. So I remember that quite clearly. But yeah, there was some stuff that went on there that was interesting. And so the next time we did a series, we kind of did it a little differently, and that was a lot of fun too.
I was told not to grief anymore.
Yeah, well,
So-
none of us wanted the other to break anything of ours, because that was the big discussion. I was worried that if one person did it, everybody was going to do it, and then it's going to get bad. So I was like, okay, no more. And I thought that series was a lot of fun anyway. So if you watch Distraction Space Agency and Modstractions and Tamara's Magical World, that was all part of that grouping. And I would love to do more of that, because they're like an SMP, but they're not like an SMP, if I can be honest. Because they're not, I don't know, there's some differences to it, but I can remember so much of that being Austin and I puzzling over how to build stuff while Tamara wandered away. And she went mining, and then would come back with a million things, but having gotten lost 5 times while she was trying to find her way back.
Yeah, well, that was pre-journey map.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta say, right now, I cannot be allowed anywhere near any mine of Tamara's. It drives me
I
bonkers.
don't know why.
It drives me bonkers, and it takes up. If we're sitting there saying, okay, well, we're gonna all hop on, we're gonna record for 2.5 hours. I spend 2 of those 2.5 hours trying to fix Tamara's mine.
Yep. He did that in one of our recording sessions that we actually have on video. It's him
Like, I
actually
have to
going
go
through
through
and
and I
fixing it.
have to make sure everything's square. I build staircases, so you don't have to keep jumping all the time. It's insane. I don't understand.
I
people-
just tunnel randomly until I find a cave and then follow the cave.
Well, I mean,
get
you-
lost in the cave, tunnel randomly.
I was amazed in DMUHC, the first one. It's not the first one, because I don't think we have a copy of that anymore, but it was in the one not last year but the year before that, where you and Devin are together and you do this mining process that is the straightest and most anal I've ever seen. It was just
The strip
so
mining?
crazy. Yeah.
The strip mining? Hey, I learned that from Goose.
Oh my gosh. Drove me nuts watching it. I'm just like, why is he spending so much time doing this? But
It is effective. Goose
I
backed
mean-
me up on this.
well, I will say M said you should have it one wider, but other than that, I can't say. But
When we had the Tinker's Construct, where you could get the things that busted 9 bricks at a time.
yeah, the
I
hammers.
used to strip
I
mine
love
with
the
those.
hammer.
Yeah, they were awesome.
Oh yeah. Tinker's Construct's kind of one of those things that's always in a mod pack because of that usefulness. For me, it's one of those things I'll always have just because of the early game efficiency. But yeah, anyway. So not to keep this on any longer for those of you that were scheduled to be done 15 minutes ago. But I just wanted to say thank you to everybody who came tonight. It's a lot of fun, both in the chat and on the call. And yeah, so hard to believe that was 4 years ago now that we did that.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah. But yeah, anyway, so be sure to check out all those videos. I mean, we went to the bother of editing them. They're up forever, so they're worth watching, I think. So, and we're too small to have ads, so so there's that too.
So you're welcome.
So you're welcome. Yeah, that's right. Hashtag no ads.
No ads.
All right, everybody.
We stay small for our fans.
I was about to say something mean, but I'll leave that alone.
Well, John, anytime I'm in Minecraft with you, you're getting griefed.
I mean, always. I think my favorite moment with you ever in Minecraft was when we were doing the UHC in June a couple of years back, and you were so angry because I wasn't coming to the spawn point, and I ended up dying to a creeper trying to avoid you.
Oh yes.
I
think one of my favorite moments was was it the wool game or whatever, where it was like the two islands separated and there was team versus team.
Yep, that's the one. Race for the wool.
Yeah. John called dibs on me right away because it happened to be after the moon race thing, and he knew how good of a shot I was with a bow.
Yep.
He's like, Webby's not allowed on anyone's team but mine from now on.
Yeah, but the funny thing was you were on the other team because I remember killing you. Because I was so proud of myself that I killed you because you'd been killing everybody. So I remember that quite well because it was because it was me, Tamara, Austin, Fraser, I think, and Ryan.
Yeah.
Yep, that was the team. And then it was you, Goose, Alana,
Chris,
Barb, and Chris. Yeah.
And there was one. It's in the video. You can see it. You
You shot me with an arrow or something as I was crawling up a ladder or something. Like, oh, lucky shot, John. Lucky shot.
Yep. It was when you were on the castle and I got you.
Yeah. I do remember that now.
Yeah. No, that was good. That was real good. And then it was after that game that I said you're not allowed to be on any team I'm not a part of. All right. Well, any final thoughts, anybody?
That was fun to rewatch.
Yeah.
It
Funner
was.
than I thought it would be.
Yeah, it's good.
That was
And if you ever want to just watch a little bit of it, Tamara did a music video, which is, I think,
Yes.
I can't remember the name of it. Is it Watch Out for That or something along that line?
Watch out for that. Yes.
I think that's what it's called. ...
Watch out for that. ...
And it's all revolves around the button. So yeah, because the whole video is that series 1, and it's super fun. But
No, that's my first little try at editing, really.
yeah. So anyway, guys, thank you very much.